entering just like this, right? So we're seeing the markets enter, and we see a couple of red candles over here, some green candles over here. So in this region, what you're looking at is here. What you're looking at is this. You want to understand what was going on inside of this wick that I've circled. So I'm just going to replay price a little bit, right? What was going on inside of this wick? So this wick corresponds to essentially this wick over here. So what you can see is you can see a lot of aggressive sellers, right? So we see 53 for 5, right? So 53 for 5, that's over a 10x difference between the bid and the ask, right? The bid was technically over 10 times more than the ask. So we're seeing the aggressive sellers being present. Now, for a trend exhaustion that so many people are asking me, for this trend to be exhausted, you want to see a break to the upside, right? You want to see price break above the candle, above the fair value gap. Price broke below the fair value gap, which means there has not been an absorption of the aggressive sellers, right? Instead, we have a buyer that did turn up over here. We have some aggressive buyers, but ultimately price failed to break above the level and price broke below the level. So you're using the A-test platform and you're using order flow in conjunction with fair value gaps. So what's even more interesting is that we had aggressive buyers over here, but those aggressive buyers failed and price broke lower. So when you see aggressive buyers failing, you don't want to be buying, essentially, right? You want to see an absorption of sellers. We did not get that. That is the reason why traders may have taken a loss in this area. So on top of that, we also had the timing that was slightly off as well, because we are in the Asian session. So if I just bring up the Asian session again, this is the Asian session indicator, and you can see price was in the Asian session. So we didn't get the move we wanted. Now, we also had a move over here, right? So that was the first kind of losing trade over there. Now I want to go over an example of a winning trade. So what's going on over here? Firstly, we're not in the Asian session. Notice how price has given us the Asian session over here. Now, the way I use the Asian session is super simple. If price takes out the Asian range low, there's a high probability that when we have our entry confirmation to the upside, price will